Okay, hi there everyone. Welcome to my YouTube tutorial series. I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. This is actually a completed drawing. I did it on 150 pound Canson Bristol paper. And when I did it, I didn't use any blending tools whatsoever. I used actually only 4 pencils. I used a 2H, an F, a 4B, and a little bit of a 6B. And it turned out okay, but it was a departure from my usual style, where I use Q-tips for blending a lot, and it creates definitely a different texture in the drawing. But now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, so what if I took this completed drawing and potentially wreck it by going over and doing some blending with a Q-tip? So, and then I thought, hey, you know what? I want to record that too, and see how that comes out. So I think before I start, there's just a couple of little niggly things that I'm looking at the drawing and I want to fix them. Just some stuff over here. So I'm taking a 4B and just alright, I think maybe I'll just not do that, because I could spend probably hours just doing what I was about to do there. Okay, so for better or for worse, here goes. I could ruin the entire drawing by doing this, but you know, could always draw it again, I suppose. Here we go. Q-tip. And I'm just gonna start blending with that Q-tip. Okay, and I think I'm gonna stop the video here and then put it into speed mode, and then I'll talk about the process when I'm done, see what I think. Okay, so that's done, for better or worse. Now, this wouldn't be the end, and it's not the end. Once I go over with a Q-tip like that, it always flattens the drawing, and then you have to go back in and bring out some of the detail again. And definitely that's the case here. So I'll go in and just bring back some of the detail here, the crease of the spine, and here's the bottom of her left lat muscle. She's very muscular. She's also very lean in this picture. So there's quite a bit of muscle detail, and also quite a bit of, because she's so lean, there's also some contours created by her bones, like her ribs, for example. Although here what we have is her lower back muscles. And yeah, I have to admit, I guess I'm biased, I do like this better. I like the effect better when you blend than when you don't. Let's bring back the shadow cast by her arm. And there's some sheets here that she's holding. Classic pose. It's the reason why I decided to draw this. She posted a photo on her Instagram page. The model is Cindy Landolt. She's a personal trainer, fitness model. She has a really cool Instagram page. I follow her on Instagram. I follow a lot of fitness models on Instagram. I like to use that shape and that body style for inspiration for my drawings. For a lot of reasons. One of the main ones is because I think you know, I wouldn't say amateur bodybuilder, because that even amateur implies a level that maybe I'm not at. But I'm a bodybuilding enthusiast. I train a lot. I have a home gym. I competed in one bodybuilding contest years and years ago. Nothing special. Didn't do that well, but the experience certainly taught me about discipline and the kind of dedication it takes to embrace the fitness lifestyle. I definitely met a lot of female fitness athletes along the way, both in real life and online. And they are a special breed. I mean, honestly, all bodybuilders are a special breed. But the female bodybuilders and female fitness athletes, the amount of dedication and work and really everything I'm saying applies to the men too. I just happen to be talking about the women at the moment. But it so pays off in so many ways, and maybe even the least of which is in the visual aesthetic. You end up with a body that it's clear that you exercise and that you take care of your body. But what it does for your mind, for your attitude, for your outlook on life, it's very difficult to describe until, you know, to someone who hasn't experienced it. And then when you experience it, like, yeah, I get it. There's really nothing like this. I once, a long time ago, I once interviewed Sean Ray, who's a very famous bodybuilder, excellent bodybuilder. And we talked about that. We talked about the discipline of bodybuilding and the fitness lifestyle. And he said, I agree with him too, that the only thing that really can compare to it is possibly a life in the military, for the kind of discipline that it requires. Okay, see, I'm just taking this 4B pencil and bringing back some of the detail that I flattened when I went in with the Q-tip. Once I like what I've done as far as that's concerned, I'll probably go in with the Q-tip again. And then after that, I will definitely use an eraser to bring back some of the highlights, because of course those get flattened as well when you do that blending with a Q-tip. A very good friend of mine and a very, very good artist. She teaches art actually at the school where I teach. I'm a math teacher. And she gives me a lot of feedback on my work. And she said that I should try drawing without blending, which is why I did. And it's definitely a nice thing to be able to do. And I don't know if it's because of my skill level or just because of my taste and what I like to see, but I gotta say I really do prefer it when I use the Q-tip for blending. Okay, I'm just trying to bring out her lips again. They definitely got lost when I went in with the Q-tip. Her eyebrows. And I also use the Q-tip in her hair. That's something that I do. It gives thickness to the hair and lets you sort of do layers. Probably shouldn't be using a 4B for this. It's the pencil that's in my hand. Can't stop, can't put it down. Okay. Q-tip again. Yeah, why not? Just very, very softly here. I don't want to flatten it again. Just want to create an even skin tone. The Q-tip definitely becomes another drawing instrument when you do this. It gets a lot of graphite on the tip, and then because there's a lot of graphite on the tip, you can go into some areas and you can create some contour, sort of some soft contour. Okay, I'm gonna grab the eraser now. This is a Micron. Oh, sorry, a Mono Zero micro eraser. I picked it up at a cool art store in Toronto, or not in Toronto, here, just north of Toronto, called Curry's. It's cool in there. They have so much stuff for the kind of artist that I am. Really, all artists, but I find that I do have a hard time finding materials just for drawing in pencil, which at the moment is what I do. And then I went in there, and it was like a treasure trove of stuff. Okay, I'm pulling more light than I want, but that's okay because I'm going to go back in with the Q-tip and even that out again once I'm done. Highlighting her ear. Now here in the hair, I can put some highlights back in. You can actually draw hair with this eraser. It's the reason I bought it, although I'm not really focusing on that right now. Highlight on the side of her arm here, the side of her shoulder, across the top. Okay, I'm going to grab a clean Q-tip and bring that down a little bit. Some of it is too sharp, especially here. Interesting. Well, I must say, I really do like this better than the way it looked before. I don't know what that says about me. It doesn't say anything about me except what my preferences are. I'm using a blending stump here. There's a little shadow under her lip, and I won't be able to do it with the Q-tip, the kind of detail, the fine area that's there. I will use the Q-tip to create more shadow in her face. I'm just going to pick up a Q-tip that's got some graphite on it and come in here and introduce more shadow. back some detail that I took out of her nose there. Just a little hint of the nostril. I think I just need to put a tiny, maybe I'll use the blender, the blending stump. Just the curve of the nose here. A little bit stronger. And a little bit too much highlight on the tip of her nose. Let's bring that down a little bit. Okay, and here, highlight is too extreme. Let's soften that. Same here and here. Let me get that eraser back. Just bring a little more light into the hair here. Now, blending with a Q-tip also blurs edges, which I don't like to do, so I'll just go and clean those up. And here on the sheet, I'm going to introduce some highlight on the edges to separate the sheet from her skin. And now I'll take this blending stump, because there's shadow there, so I don't want it to be a very strong highlight. Just want to separate it from her skin. Okay. Looking at the sheet, I think I need to put just a little more shadow here and under her arm. Here. Okay, I think I want to lighten up the top of her neck a little bit. I'm not going to use the micro eraser for that. I'm going to use kneaded eraser and just dab out some of the graphite up here. Shoulder blade. I kind of like how that looks. Maybe it's a little too bright. Knock it back down with a Q-tip, but not back to where it was. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to call that. It's a quick little tutorial. I hope you like it. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to just take the camera off the tripod here and give you a closer look at the drawing. I think you got a little view of my bookcase there for a sec. Yeah, there's the drawing. There's the reference photo. And that's it. Cindy Landolt, now blended with Q-tip. Hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you later.